whoa, the world is so much more interesting than my eyes are telling me. So that's physics, right? Kabbalah is that to Torah. When you go deep into the Kabbalah, it tells you about, why do we eat kosher? Why do we put on tefillin? Why do we have a mezuzah on our door? Why do we say blessings? Why do we learn Torah? What is the soul? What is reincarnation? What is life after death? What is heaven? What are the spiritual truths? Now, what do we mean by spiritual? Spiritual is a very weak word. Spiritual just means those things that you cannot detect with your physical senses. Which means, until we had microscopes and certain technologies, atoms are no different than spiritual. They're things you can't detect with your senses. Now we can. We have instruments that act as our senses. But the boundary between physical and spiritual is not a hard, fast boundary. It has to do with human perception. The more we can understand the universe, the more things that we used to think of as spiritual and magical become just science. Kabbalah is science, but it's the science that you cannot understand from the physical world. So why is it called Kabbalah? Why is it called received? If you were never taught physics, would you be able, in theory, to figure it out? In theory. It's not a chance. You're right. Ilana's right. Not a chance. There's hundreds of years since the Enlightenment, the modern world, all of the thousands of brilliant minds. But in theory, you could figure it out, because we did. Human beings looked at the physical world and we figured out science. So it is possible. It's just very unlikely for one person to do it. Okay. Kabbalah is impossible to figure out from the physical world. It can only be received from a teacher. Our tradition is, I'm going to end with this idea, our tradition is, the narrative, the Jewish narrative is that God gave the Torah to the Jewish people on Mount Sinai 3,350 years ago. Included within Torah was its deepest understanding, the physics of Torah, the Kabalah. And then that tradition was handed down from master to student for thousands of years until we have some people today who are masters of this knowledge. But unlike the revealed physical world, which you could in theory, and we have as a species, looked at and figured out tremendous things. I mean, we have, things like this is magic. Go back, I think it was Richard Feynman, or maybe it was Arthur C. Clarke, one of these famous scientists and authors who said that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic to someone who doesn't understand the technology.
Arthur C. Clarke.
Arthur C. Clarke, thank you. I said the right name, just very good. Right, so if you take a look at the spiritual underpinnings, meaning the non-understandable without having accepted it from a teacher underpinnings of the Torah, that's what Kabbalah is. And in theory, and I don't do this because I don't have that knowledge level yet, but in theory, every single Jew should become a master of the revealed Torah, the 5 books of Moses, the prophets, the Jewish law, the Talmud, the Mishnah, and then eventually get to the point where we have the tools, the mental and experiential tools to then understand its deepest levels, right? Like what things really mean. And that would then transform. Can you imagine what Judaism would be like if every single thing you did, you knew really what was happening? Like that would transform our Judaism. Right? Many people complain that, it's an empty ritual, I don't know what's going on. I get that. Even I feel like that sometimes. I know better logically. I don't always know in my heart. But when you really, when you can understand, why do we do this? What's going on? What's happening? You're just like, yeah, okay, cool. Now I know why I'm doing this. Just like you should wash your hands after you use the bathroom because there's germs. You've never seen a germ in your life. They're too small to see with your eyes. But you know with 100% certainty that you need to wash your hands with soap, otherwise you could get germs, you can get sick. Imagine you had that knowledge about why mezuzah, why tzitzis, why tefillin, why Torah, why brachas, etc., etc. That's what Kabbalah is supposed to give us, and God willing, one day I may have enough Torah knowledge to get that far.